Hello, everyone. This is Bridget with Horse Auctions USA, and we are super excited to be heading back to Gulf Regional Livestock in Lucedale, Mississippi at the end of May for their special horse sale. So I just wanted to make a quick video to kind of go over the online bidding, how to register, how it works, all that good stuff, so that you folks have a good idea of how this works, because we know some people, with schedules won't be able to get there in person, but they're going to have a lot of awfully nice horses, and this way you don't have to miss out on the one that you want. As I go through this, I'll make sure I give you, our phone numbers, so you know who to contact if you've got any questions or anything like that. But hopefully this video will kind of cover the most frequently asked questions and kind of how to do things. So first, the when and the where, of course. It's Gulf Regional Livestock, Lucedale, Mississippi. It is on Saturday, May the 27th. They will have a tax sale from 11 to 1. That is in-person bidding only. There's no online for the tack. And then catalog horses. Those will start at 1:30. And when those are complete, they will have open consignment horses following. Open consignment horses will also be available for online bidding. You may find that the open consignment horses just have their tag numbers and to be announced listed. So you'll learn about those horses as they come in the ring, but nevertheless, they will be available for online bidding. So first and foremost, definitely make sure, if you don't already, that you like and follow the Gulf Regional Livestock Horse Sale Facebook page. This is where important announcements will be posted about the sale. This is where we'll post any helpful information about online bidding, and this is where the consignments are going to post first. So make sure you're following us on Facebook so you don't miss a thing. Now, online bidding. There's two different avenues to use Horse Auctions USA for online bidding. The first is our handy dandy app. If you are going to bid on your cell phone, on your tablet, on any mobile device, I do recommend using the app for a few reasons. The first is that this is formatted to fit your mobile device appropriately. So everything's, right there. It just shows up really nicely. My users who do have the app really like it. It's super, super easy to use. Notifications will come right to your phone, which is kind of handy. Not all of us check email regularly these days. So for that reason alone, I really do like the app. It is free to download in both the Google Play and the App Store. So you're going to go to the appropriate store for your device, whether it's the App Store or Google Play, and just type in the search bar Horse Auctions with an S at the end, USA. And our little icon will pop up and you just click Get, and it will install and you are off to the races. For those of you who want to use a computer or who simply don't want to use an app, you're going to go to our website. Now, I recommend, as far as browsers, that you use Google Chrome. It is the most up-to-date browser. However, this will work on any browser. So you're going to open up your preferred browser, and you are going to type bid, B-I-D, horse auctions with an S at the end, USA.com, and hit enter. Whether you are on the app or in the browser, the rest of what we're going to go through is basically the same. So that's going to bring you to our landing page. And because we are Horse Auctions USA and we do horse auctions literally all over the USA, you're going to see lots of them listed. Since Gulf Regional is towards the end of the month and we are only on May 11th as I record this, we're going to have to scroll down to get there. Now, on the Gulf Regional Facebook page, we will put a direct link that'll bring you right to Gulf Regional. But in the meantime, you're going to scroll down. Here we are, and you are going to click View Auction beneath it. So that's going to bring this up. Here on the left-hand side is just the basic information about the sale. All the good stuff, all the vital details, how to consign, where it is, all that good stuff. And then over here on the right side is basically an index of the horses that will be coming. As you can see, they're just adding horses. This is going to change, day to day, right up until sale day. So as they get added, the horses will populate here. So kind of bookmark this and check back often. So you can just kind of navigate through here. And like I said, these are just individual listings. I've had people think that this is all they can see. Nope, this is just an index. So let's just say, oh, I kind of like the looks of Frank here. If I click on Frank, it's going to bring me to Frank's page. Okay. And here's all of Frank's details. The heading tells me that Frank has a video. So if you see video listed, the first thumbnail under a horse's listing will be a picture, and the second one, if they have a video, will be the video. So you can watch Frank's video right there. There's Frank. And then if there's other photos, you can go through them there. You can click on the photo to make it bigger, all that good stuff. And then just use your back button to navigate back. So that's how to navigate the index page. There is a handy dandy search bar. So on the computer, you have this up here, and on both the computer and the app, you have this little search glass. So I'm going to use the search glass since this will apply to both the app and the computer. Let's say you're only looking for something very specific. I only want a palomino. So if you type in a keyword, it's going to populate just the listings that have that word in it. Okay, so a lot of people don't realize that that search is there. So do by all means take advantage of that, especially if you're looking for something very specific. And remember to try abbreviations. For example, if you're only looking for a quarter horse, you might want to type quarter, and then in another search, you might want to also type AQHA. Just kind of a fun fact. So that's kind of how to navigate things. I do want to bring your attention to Lot 0. Lot 0 is both a practice bidding and an informational lot. So this has all the good information in here about the sale, but it also serves as a place for you to place some practice bids. Sometimes it's just nice to kind of do things in a manner that's safe and that doesn't count, so you can kind of see how it works. So we're going to get registered to bid here, and then we will place a practice bid so you guys can see how that goes. So let's say you want to get registered to bid. The first thing you're going to do is click register to bid, and you can click it. You'll see it shows up under every lot here. You can click it under any lot in the sale. It doesn't matter if I register under Mr. Gorgeous here, under Boontana, if I register up here under the practice lot. Whatever lot I register under is going to register me for the entire sale. So you're going to click register to bid, and that's going to bring up this screen. Common mistake. For people who've never used Horse Auctions USA before for any auction, sometimes they'll just go ahead and put their email address right in here. Well, if you've never used us before, this isn't for you, okay? Because you're not registered, so the system won't be able to find you. So if you're brand spanking new, you're going to go down here to no account, sign up here, and you're going to click that, and you're going to put your information in. I do recommend you check to receive the bidding notifications via email. Just, if you're placing some bids and you get outbid, it's going to go there. Again, if you're on the app, it's going to go straight to your phone as a notification and let you know. For those of you who have used Horse Auctions USA before, you're just going to put your email address and your password in. If you forgot your password, and Lord knows we all do, from time to time, you can click forgot your password, and it will send you a link to reset. If for any reason that does not happen, please reach out to me and I will get it reset for you. My name is Bridget. My number is 336-904-8903. So any password problems or sign-in problems, hit me up. You can text or email me and I will help you out. I'm going to go ahead and get signed in, and I do have a bidder account just for these occasions. Do click remember me on this device, guys. There's a reason, a very important one for that. Do click remember me on this device, okay? Very important. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Boom. Now, since I already have a bidder account, I didn't have to do this step, but I am going to go over it with you. So when you register to bid, whether you're a new bidder or you're returning to Horse Auctions USA and registering for Gulf Regional, you will have to enter a valid debit or a credit card to complete the registration process. Why? Well, just like everything else in the world, we are subject to scammers, unfortunately, and this is just the time that we live in. So we need to make sure that our registered bidders are real people over the age of 18 with a valid payment method that works. So an unfortunate necessity that I wish we didn't have to do, we do have to have you put a card on file. Now, when you put that card on file, Horse Auctions USA is going to run a $500 pre-authorization. This is very important. This is not, I repeat, not a charge. It's a pre-authorization, just like when you rent a car. Just making sure that you've got funds there. It will never complete. So most mobile banking apps, when this happens, they're going to send you an alert letting you know there was a charge. This inevitably triggers a panicked phone call to me asking why I charged you to register. Again, I'm not charging you to bid, I'm not charging you to register to bid. It's just a pre-authorization. It's going to fall off like it was never there. So if you actually get into your mobile banking, you will see that sits there as pending and it goes away like it never was there. So again, don't panic. Just making sure your card works and you're a real person. You do not have to make final payment with that card. A lot of our online bidders don't live very far from the auction, and they're going to come and they're going to pick up in person, possibly even that night, usually the next day, the next morning. And if you want to pay cash or check at pickup, you are free to do so. So again, just want to touch on the card thing so it doesn't send anybody into a panic. All right, so we've done that. We're registered to bid. Now you see how all those registered to bid prompts have changed. Now it says you can bid. But why does it say you can bid? The auction isn't until the end of the month. Well, because we have two different ways that you can bid, and that's one of them. Before we go any further, I do want to go back to, remember when I said, remember me on this device? Here's why I said that. You see how now that I'm signed in and I'm registered, this says bid? So that's a good thing to, once you're registered for a sale, it's a good practice to make sure that the first thing you do when you get on Horse Auctions USA is you make sure you see your name up here in the right-hand corner. And that if you're on a sale you've registered for, that it says bid, not register to bid. The reason I say that is when we go live, things move quickly, right? It's an auction. So if you're looking to bid live on sale day and there's that one horse that you've got your heart set on, if you are not logged in and that horse comes in, you won't have a bid button available. It's going to tell you you have to register to bid. And then you're going to scramble and you're going to get back here to a sign-in screen and you may very well miss out on the horse. So again, the reason I say remember me on this device and that it's good practice is that I want to save you from missing out on something later down the line. So again, soon as you open the app, soon as you go to the website, yep, my name is there and this is telling me to bid at auctions that I'm registered for. So why does this say bid here? Well, like I said, two ways to bid. The first, and the one that everyone thinks of, is live bidding. When we go live on sale day, this little view live icon, you're going to click that at 1:30 on the 27th, and it's going to bring up a live feed, and you'll be able to bid just like you're there in person. But we also have pre-bidding or early absentee bidding, and that's what this is all about here. So this works a lot like eBay. This allows you to place a maximum bid and then let the computer do the work for you. There's a few different times I'm going to recommend that you folks use this option. The first and most obvious is maybe you just can't watch Saturday the 27th. Maybe you have to work and your boss doesn't want you buying horses on the clock. Perfectly understandable. Maybe your kid has a really important game that day. Or something a lot of people don't think about, maybe because you're a horse owner, you live out in the country and you don't have the most reliable internet. Now this is very important. Live bidding keeps up in real time with the auctioneer, which again is fast paced. Now, coming from the sale barn there at Lucedale, we've got really good internet service and there's not going to be any delay on our end, but we have no control over the delay on your end. So if you live in an area where, like when you're trying to watch Netflix or you're trying to watch TV, live stream your TV, and it's buffering and all that, if you have those problems or you just know that you've got poor internet, be thinking about this because that will affect your ability to bid. There'll be a lag on your end and you could end up missing out. If you're going to be traveling and cell service is questionable again. And the final time that I'm going to recommend that you use the absentee bidding is if you are a person who finds big decisions under pressure a daunting thing, and you know if I'm talking about you right now, maybe be thinking about this. Auctions, again, are fast, and buying a horse for the vast majority of people is a pretty big deal. So a lot of people who don't do auctions or don't watch auctions frequently get a little shell-shocked when it's actually auction time, right? You're already pretty keyed up because you're excited about buying a new horse, and then the auction starts and the auctioneer is going fast and you're not really sure you can follow, and you may find that you kind of freeze up and panic. So again, this is an option that takes that off the table. This is going to be available to you right up through sale time. So, you can kind of shop these horses. Who were we looking at here earlier? Frank. Maybe I really, really like Frank. Kind of really looked Frank over, watched Frank's videos, all that good stuff. And I feel good that I want to bid on Frank. You can take your time and kind of make a decision. So this is how this works. And you guys, I want you to please go ahead and use this practice bidding lot to kind of get used to it. So I'm going to click on the practice bidding lot here. You can, if you want to bid beforehand, you can bid, and I'm going to use this first before I show you how to place a maximum bid. So you guys, when you bid live, understand this. You can bid. All of the horses have a default start bid of 1,000. It's just an automatic thing. If there's something smaller, say, I don't know, whatever, a small mini or whatever that may go for less than 1,000, once the sale's live, if the auctioneer starts that mini for $600 or $700, this bid option will change. It will change at that time. But before the auction, 1,000, that's the lowest. It's just the default starting bid. So you can bid along. Like if I want to bid, we're going to pretend this is Frank. If I want to bid on Frank now and I just want to place $1,000 and see what happens and wait till someone else comes along and knocks me out, you can do that. For those of you who are going to bid live, this is an important piece of information too. So I'm going to place this bid. I'm going to click bid. Now, I have not bid yet. You see how it's telling me to confirm bid? That's because you need to click twice. We do not want an accidental bidding. Accidental bidding, very bad. So we don't want that. So you click once to bid and again to actually confirm the bid, and bam, now I have placed the bid. There's no question that I have placed the bid. It's turned green and it's telling me, hey, you're the high bidder. Wonderful. So keep that in mind when you're bidding live. But we were talking about placing maximum bids. You see how there's a little drop-down arrow here? And it'll be on if you're on the app, it'll be on the app too. If you click that little drop-down arrow, it says create a max bid. Let the system bid up to your maximum. I'm going to click that. I am going to place a low maximum bid because I want you guys to get in here and knock me out and play with it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say, yep, you can change this to anything your little heart desires. And it's going to force you to bid increments, and bid increments generally go by 250. So that's why it's asking me to go to 1,500, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to place that maximum bid. Now I have people who have said, oh, geez, I don't want to, my budget's $5,000, but I don't want to put $5,000 in there and have the computer put me at $5,000. Well, it's not going to. I'm going to show you. I'm going to place that maximum bid. See how I'm still the high bidder at 1,000? So once you place that bid, the computer says, okay, I got you. I am working on your behalf. I've placed that maximum bid, but the computer already knows that I'm the high bidder. So I'm just going to sit there, and I am going to sit there until someone knocks me out. So if you come along and you place a $1,500 bid, what the computer is going to do is say, yep, I see that, but Bridget placed a $1,500 bid first. So it is going to put me in at 1,500 because you've bid 1,500, and you're going to get a notice that says you have been outbid. You have to bid again. So then you have to decide how much higher you want to go. So if you put in a bid at 2,000, it will then knock me out. It'll put you in at 1,750, and it's going to send me a notification saying, hey, you were outbid. Do you want to bid again? So that's how the maximum bid works. Frequently asked questions about using this. You can change this amount. If you want to edit it, like I want to increase it, you can do that. If you want to jump in live, I have a lot of people do this as kind of a fail-safe. You're going to watch live, but you're not real sure about your service. You can place your maximum bid and then be logged in and live on sale day. And if your max bid gets topped, you can jump in and bid live. So yeah, you can do a little hybrid version and jump in live. Lots of things you can do there. Now, a really important piece of information about using this early absentee bidding system. Let's say that I've placed this bid. We're going to pretend this is a real horse here. And when this horse comes in the ring, the seller says, hey, by the way, he cribs. Or they had a fender bender on the way to the sale, and that horse now has a laceration that had to be stitched up by the vet. Or the horse comes in and it's visibly limping. In all of those scenarios, basically, if anything is observed or announced that changes this information that you had when you placed that bid, we're going to take your bid right out. We're going to knock you right out of there. We can see if you're live, and we'll tell you, hey, Susan, I see you're live here. Just want to, again, this horse is a cribber that wasn't called earlier, so I've removed your bid. If you're okay with that, you absolutely can jump back in and bid again. We just don't want you to get an unwelcome surprise. So please be aware of that. If something is a game changer and you've got an absentee bid placed, we're going to ignore it. We're not going to let it stand. We don't. That's dirty pool. That does not. It changes the game in the middle of it, and we don't want to do that to you. So just know if we do knock your bid out for that reason, and you're like, but I'm okay with a cribber, that's fine. You can still jump back in and bid. But again, we don't want to make that decision for you. That's a decision that you need to make. So those are the basics of absentee bidding, live bidding. Again, when we go live, what you're going to do, it'll be, the 27th, going live at 1:30. Really pretty good about starting on time here, guys. But if it's 1:32 and we're not live yet, don't panic. Just make sure you're logged in. Click on that first slot and click View Live, right? If we're not active yet, it's going to say we're not currently active. Okay. Just keep doing it. Make sure that your speaker icon is on. If you pull this up and you have a little speaker icon, it looks like this one down here, but it'll be up here in your feed. Make sure that that's clicked. It'll come up automatically muted on some people's devices. So make sure about that. The other thing is if you bring up the feed and they're just starting, like you don't see a horse in the ring yet, but there's a feed and you can't hear, it's very possible that the feed is muted. A lot of times we'll bring this feed up and we'll mute it just while we're getting ready. So just be aware of all those things. When to register. You can register to bid anytime. You can register right now today, May the 11th. You can register to bid on sale day. You can register to bid in the middle of the sale. I do strongly recommend that you register before the sale starts on the 27th at 1:30. And the reason that I recommend you do that is should you run into a snag, Amber, who will be doing the Lucedale sale, she'll be free and available to help you. Once the sale starts at 1:30, she's up there on that auction block and she can't answer her phone. So if you run into a snag, you're going to have to resort to texting for assistance, and that's not always the most helpful. So again, while you can register to bid at any time, I'm going to strongly encourage you to do it before the sale starts. Do make sure when you register and you put your information in that you use the same address exactly the way it appears on the billing statement for the card you registered to bid with. The most common registration problem people have is a mismatch in addresses. So take a glance. I know a lot of us who have rural route type addresses, it gets put differently on all different things. So take a peek at how your address is listed on your credit or your debit card statement and make sure that the address you put in matches. So those are the basics of online bidding. Again, hopefully this is helpful to you. If you still got questions, please reach out to us. We are always here to help. Again, my name is Bridget. My number is 336-904-8903. Sadly, I will not be the one at Gulf Regional. I hate that I'm going to miss it, but I have another sale that day. Amber Lee will be at Gulf Regional. If you guys have been there before, you've met Amber. She will be there and excited to see everyone, and she is also available to help you. Her number is 336-564-7650. Again, you can call or text either one of us. If you prefer to email, you can also do that. Our email is info, I-N-F-O, at horseauctions with an S, USA.com. Info at horseauctionsusa.com. So those are the basics of online bidding, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Again, don't forget to follow Gulf Regional Livestock on Facebook so you don't miss any of the updates, don't miss all of the consignments coming in. Sellers, if you've got some good ones, I would recommend you put it in. This sale has been a very strong sale. It's a good time for everyone. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.